Hey everybody, this is my property management application in Salesforce to track all the relevant information for the apartment building. Today I'd like to show you this new screen flow I created right here so that the end users can seamlessly create new tenant records. And throughout the flow, they can also assign them to apartments. And if they are ready to go ahead and create lease records too, I wanted it all to be able to be done in one fell swoop should all the information be readily available, and I wanted to make it really intuitive. So real quick, here's an overview of, oops, let me go back here. Here's a little overview of the objects in the property management app. Here are our tenant records. You can see it shows what apartment they're in and relevant information for contact info. Here is the tenant record page. Again, all that relevant information, as well as any leases that are applicable to them. You can find links to them here in the related section. Here is the list view of the apartments. Now, these apartments are our org's accounts, so they have attributes specific to them, such as number of bathrooms, the apartment type, square footage, how much rent is, and whatnot. So that will never change. Here we go into the apartment record page, and this is what changes right over here. The leases associated with them, the tenant that is currently occupying that apartment, and any maintenance requests that that apartment needs. Now, digging into the lease record page, we'll have the lease say the apartment it's for, the tenant that it is for, the start and end date of the lease, and marking whether or not the security deposit has been paid. There's also space over here to attach the signed contract. That way you always have access to that. So let's go ahead and get into showing how the screen flow will accomplish all of that. We're going to start the screen flow, create new tenant. We'll go ahead and fill out my information since my computer already has it. We'll go ahead and put in my birthday because we like to show them a little love on their birthday. Now here, if we're ready to assign them to an apartment, we'll go ahead and check this box. We'll hit next, select apartment. Now this is really cool. This is something new to me. I have the flow automatically scan all of the apartments and only allow the inactive apartments to be selected here, meaning the vacant apartments. So if the apartments have a tenant living in them, it won't be findable in this flow, so you can't double up. So I'll assign myself to apartment 301, and I am ready to create this lease record. So I'll check that and hit next. Here, we have a specific lease record naming convention here where we first name the lease number, or excuse me, the apartment number, and then the beginning date and end date. I'm moving in September 27th this week. I'm really excited about it. And then the end date, typically we do a year for the lease. It's very rare that we would do anything else. All right. And so by having this display text here, we can guide the end users on how to appropriately name the records. Now we'll go ahead and plug that same information here. That way it can be reflected in the lease record by choosing the start date and the end date. Again, this is me. My tenant record now exists because the flow just created it. So I'll go ahead and apply myself to that. And we'll say I have not paid the security deposit yet. I'll hit next. And now I know it all works because the tenant record was created, the apartment was assigned, and the lease was created. So now let's go ahead and see what we did here. If we go into our list of tenants, we'll see there I am right there, Cameron Gibson. We can click on my info here. I am marked as a current tenant, and I am in apartment 301. And here we have my lease that was created via that flow right there. I'll go ahead and click that. The security deposit has not been paid, as I mentioned there. And here's all my relevant information. So in just one screen flow, in a matter of 30 seconds, we created multiple records, and we were able to connect connect the apartment record to my contact information. In fact, if we go ahead and refresh this dashboard here, we'll now see that we have one less vacant apartment, and you'll now see that I am listed as a third floor tenant because I moved into apartment 301, as well as one more unpaid security deposit. So we got to look out for that. All right. Thank you so much.